Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down some incredible ad secrets from the book, Cashvertising.
Okay, let's just jump right in with this pretty wild idea from the book. It says your brain is being controlled and you don't even know it. I mean, the core idea here is that our daily decisions are being shaped by forces we rarely, if ever, even notice.
You might think ads are all about being clever or funny, right? But what we're going to do is pull back the curtain and show you that the real goal of advertising isn't just to entertain. Nope. It is all about persuasion, and it works by tapping directly into our basic human psychology. All right, so how does this all work? What is this hidden language that advertisers are using to speak to our subconscious? Okay, first rule of the game. People don't buy features, they buy benefits. It's that classic saying, you don't want to buy a drill, you want the hole that the drill creates. So an ad for a car isn't just selling leather seats, which is a feature, it's selling the feeling of luxurious comfort and status. That's the benefit. And this leads to a huge point. I mean, this is really the core of it all. We buy based on emotion, and then we use logic to justify it afterward. That gut feeling, that I just want it moment, that comes first. The pros and cons list, well, that comes later to make us feel smart about a decision we already made.
So if it's all about emotion, what are these big emotional buttons that ads are trying to push? Well, the book breaks it down into something it calls the Life Force 8. These are the 8 core desires that drive pretty much everything we do.
And we're not talking about just fleeting wants here. These are the big ones. 8 primal biological desires that are literally hardwired into every single one of us. So what are they? Well, the first 4 are pretty fundamental. You've got survival, wanting to live a long, healthy life, this simple enjoyment of food and drinks, the need to feel safe, to be free from fear and pain, and of course, the drive for sexual companionship. And the list goes on. We all want comfortable living conditions, right? And what about that drive to be superior, to win? To, keep up with the Joneses. Then there's that incredibly powerful instinct to care for and protect our loved ones. And finally, that need to be liked and accepted by others, social approval. So here's the absolute kicker. When an ad manages to tap into any one of these Life Force 8 desires, it's not just selling you something anymore. It's connecting with the very essence of what makes us tick. It's a motivation that's basically impossible for us to ignore. Okay, so if the Life Force 8 is the code, how do advertisers actually, type it in? Let's look at 3 really powerful psychological triggers they use to activate these desires. First up, we have the fear factor. This one is super common. The idea is simple. Create a little bit of stress or fear, and then, poof, present your product as the perfect way to make that stress go away. A classic example, an ad that talks about the fear of deadly, odorless carbon monoxide. See what they did there? They took a vague threat and made it specific and scary. All of a sudden, buying that alarm doesn't feel like a choice, it feels urgent. All right, next up is a trigger you've definitely seen before, the bandwagon effect. At our core, we are social creatures. We have this powerful need to belong, and this trigger leverages that big time. When you hear something like, join millions of satisfied customers, it creates this feeling that, hey, if everyone is doing it, it must be the right thing to do. It's a mental shortcut. The consensus makes it feel correct, so we don't have to think so hard about it. And the third trigger is a big one, scarcity. It plays on a very simple, very human quirk. We are psychologically wired to want what we think we can't have. Think about it. If an offer seems like it's going to be around forever, where's the urgency? There is none. But the second you hear supplies are limited or this offer expires on Friday, something in our brain clicks. It breaks that inertia and forces us to make a decision right now. Okay, so we've got the core desires and the psychological triggers. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty with 3 practical secrets straight from the ad agency toolkit. Ad agency secret number 1 is so simple you might miss it, but it's incredibly powerful. It's the word you. By addressing the viewer directly, using words like you and your, the message suddenly becomes personal. It cuts through the noise and speaks directly to what we all care about most, ourselves. Secret number 2 is called social proof. Look, it's one thing for a company to say their product is great, but it's a whole different ballgame when we hear it from other people just like us. I mean, seriously, what builds trust and credibility faster than a real testimonial from a happy customer? Nothing. It's proof that you're not the only one who thinks this is a good idea.
And for our final ad agency secret, get ready for this number: 60%. That's how many readers, on average, only ever read the headline. They never get to the rest of the ad.
Just think about what that means. If you bury your most important point, most people will never see it. That's why secret number 3 is to put your single biggest, most irresistible benefit right there in the headline. You have to grab their attention immediately.
So let's put this all together. What's the ultimate takeaway? Well, it all boils down to a simple persuasion playbook.
Okay, so here it is, your 4-step playbook. Step 1, you start by identifying one of those core life force 8 desires. Step 2, you pick a psychological trigger like fear or scarcity. Step 3, you apply an ad agency secret like using social proof. And finally, step 4, you craft your message. Understanding this process makes you a smarter consumer and, for sure, a more effective communicator.
So there you have it. You've gotten a peek behind the curtain at the secrets that drive the ads you see every single day. And it leaves us with one final big question. We know persuasion is a powerful tool, so how are you going to use it?